Okay, don't do that again, Matt. You're doofy doing that.
My eyes.
I can't see. What a world. Hey, it's the Sportz Nutz, guys. You have a fantastic episode lined up. Let's get it.
From the brain, every take hot like a flame, then let's going out with a bang. Welcome to Sportz Nutz University. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Welcome to Sportz Nutz University. We run this show. We run this show. Welcome to Sportz Nutz University. Hands up, get loud. Hands up, get loud. Welcome to Sportz Nutz University. SNU.
You are now listening to the Sportz Nutz.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the best sports talk show for the south of the Mason-Dixon line. It is the Sportz Nutz. We are back. Hope everybody had a fantastic week. Hey, real quick, special shout out. Everybody tuning in live on 95.5 KFCE, TigerNation.live, and all the other amazing radio stations we air on. Plus, now in 59 countries worldwide. Thank you guys so much. You literally are the backbone to our success. And without each and every one of you, we wouldn't be here. Also, if you guys do live on the island of Hawaii, more specifically island of Oahu, and you need someone to cater to your family outings, corporate events, or even as recovery to Hurricane Lala and Tropical Storm Moat, send me a message, Brandon Keeler on radio at gmail.com, and I'll get you in touch with Bobby, the owner of Columbus Cuisine. Oh, man, you guys, I'm going to tell you now, we have a fantastic show lined up. But before we do get into the show, Shane, man, happy Friday. Great to see you. How are things going on your end?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's Friday. We had a couple big storms last night, this morning. Sun came out for a little bit, made it humid, but nice, smooth, low 70s with a cool breeze tonight. So definitely enjoying the weather. But, I mean, just another week down and keep plugging away, and pretty soon we're going to be up to that 300th episode and the end of the year, just about.
Yeah, it's going to come faster than we think. Matt, though, man, happy Friday. Hope you had a fantastic week. Did you keep any of the dogs you rescued?
Oh man, we had a pretty good day. But those who don't know, there was a fire at my place of business.
This is now the third one happening this year alone.
There's a fire at my place of business yesterday, man. So no, yeah, there were no puppies harmed in the flames. Everything was good, man.
What about new homes?
Yeah, how many homes? How many did you home?
How many did we home?
Man,
yeah, man, them puppies go from $5,000 to $10,000 each, man. We didn't. Petland would be lucky if they home anyway. But
Petland would be lucky. God, you remember that place?
Yeah, man, those things cost more than a little car, man. That's crazy. But yeah, at the same time, everything's good, man. Blessed, like Shane alluded to, blessed to be here, ready to keep it rocking, man.
Absolutely. Tonight's episode is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. Here's what we're going to do. We have our first topic. It is the top 5 of the nutshell. We give you the top 5 sports stories that are affecting you. The next set of the MLB All-Star Game locations have been announced. Where are they? Ooh, some pretty good ones on there. A certain player signed a massive extension. Should they get it on the back end of their career? I mean, they should get the extension, yes, but should it be that much? We'll talk about that one. It is official. Mark Ingram, the now former athletic director of UAB, is out of the job, and we kind of told you so. We'll talk about that one. And it does look like, in fact, we are going to have a complete MLB lockout for 2027. We'll talk more about that one because it's going to affect some really large money. Then we have our favorite segment, that is the honorable mentions, and we have you, the most interactive fans ever. All right, Shane, Matt, let's dive right into it. It is time. It is the top 5 in a nutshell, the top 5 sports stories that affect you. The first one. Actually, I want to start with Shane on this one. Shane, didn't a certain baseball player become the second fastest to a certain amount of strikeouts? You're muted.
Oh yeah, well, just yesterday, I believe it was, Jacob deGrom became the second fastest player to 2,000 strikeouts in MLB history. First place, of course, being the big unit, Randy Johnson, but surpassed Clayton Kershaw for that second of all time. It seems crazy, but deGrom's. It seems.
I thought he had retired a long time ago.
Yeah, we've talked about him for a long time, but he really, is, as you can tell, hasn't been in the league too long. But definitely, great for him to do that and achieve that status. Went from the Mets to the Rangers, so not too much of a better ball club, but
at least they won a World Series in this decade, or in this last century, I should say.
But it's good to see him still doing good. The ovation that he got after the strikeout was great to see, and when players hit these milestones now, I think it's appreciated more by many fans instead of just kind of the homers, although they were at home, but when you get to that kind of level and that kind of achievement, game recognized game.
Absolutely. That he actually was almost an Atlanta Brave, but he vetoed the trade to happen because he wanted to stay with Texas, is what he said. Yeah. What could have been. Just imagine Jacob deGrom sitting next to Chris Sale. Oh, boy. So mine is actually pretty interesting. A particular WNBA star, Kelsey Mitchell. She has passed Asia Wilson for the most consecutive 20-point or plus amount of games. She did it with her 21st consecutive game when she scored a season-high 37 points in the Fever's 91-85 loss to Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings, which, by the way, I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think Dallas is on the thread of being eliminated from the potential playoffs. That's if that comes to be fruition, that's going to be a little bit of a sticker shock. Matt, please tell me you saw about this absolutely crazy practice brawl between Dallas and New Orleans.
Speaking of Dallas, speaking of Dallas, WNBA and Paige Beckers, I think the Wings are actually doing good this season. I'm not sure. I think they're like 20-12 or something like that. They're in that area. But I think they surprised a lot of people. They're doing good. But to not to get off topic, man, as you were saying, this brawl is kind of worth digging into because the NFL fined the Saints and the Cowboys $500K each, which is unusually large for something that happens in practice. But the NFL is pretty much trying to make an example out of Dallas and New Orleans. So people are like, oh, what happened? Well, I'll break it down. I'll break it down for you. On Tuesday, August 18th, at an unknown time.
What is this, Law and Order now or something?
I know, right? They had a joint practice at Dallas's training camp facility in Oxnard, California. And instead of the normal pushing and shoving that happens in those practices, there were repeated altercations throughout the session. Enough that the Cowboys coach Schottenheimer and Saints coach Moore actually discussed ending practice early. And people were like, well, just a little pushing and shoving, but there's a little bit more into it. One of the craziest moments involved Saints rookie Brock Rechsteiner, and Cowboy safety Jalen Thompson. And Rechsteiner picked up Thompson and slammed him into the ground.
Yeah.
People are like, well, it's just a slam. It's not just a slam.
They won their helmet though too, wasn't there?
Yeah. But Rechsteiner is the son of professional wrestling legend Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
You don't know about that. You don't know about Big Papa Pump, man. And it pretty much looked like a wrestling move, man. That's why he's getting so much attention, man. And also, Saints rookie, well, not rookie, but Saints center, Eric McCoy, I think is his name. He ended up with a Cowboys helmet doing another brawl.
What's the funniest part too?
Away from the scrum, pretty much, man. It was also involved in another exchange with another Cowboy linebacker. They, got down with it. Also, Donovan, I think it's the Cowboys linebacker, Donovan Zaraku. He was kind of one of the main figures in it. He threw a punch and was removed from the practice. But here's the bigger problem for Dallas. It was Zaraku's second ejection from a Cowboy practice during this training camp.
You getting suspended at least 3 games.
Yeah, but the NFL warned everybody before training camp. The competition committee had already made sportsmanship at joint practices a major point of emphasis to these teams. That's why they got fined so heavy. So teams were reminded before camp that they're responsible for preventing behavior that can lead to injuries. The league's message was pretty much, we already told you this was coming. So,
I just thought of something you said, Matt.
What's that?
You said, we told you only you could do this. That makes me think of only you can prevent forest fires. Only you can prevent getting a fight.
So, hey, man, these guys were warned, and, obviously they didn't get the message. And
did you know something else happened too, Matt? Did you see that the Dolphins and the Giants got into it as well on Thursday?
See, guys, all these teams are doing what I tell you not to do every day. Don't get flagged.
Don't get flagged. I think all got flagged. Literally, the entire teams got flagged. That's absolutely I understand. You may not. It's new. It's hot. You're playing against other players, and you're actually because you're getting your bell rung. And I completely understand, but do not get into fights. That's absolutely stupid. I remember there was a fight we got into on our football team, and both players never got to play again. They were done on both teams. So yeah, don't do that kind of stuff. And Matt told you don't get flagged in the game of life. And you definitely got flagged in a game of life. Now, Shane, there was a little bit of a breaking news sort of out of Seattle with a particular player. Would you like to share?
Oh yeah, well, it's kind of our other the third top 3 or of the top 5 in a nutshell. Cade Anderson, one of LSU's pitchers during their run there in the College World Series a couple years back, is being called up to the Mariners. The young 22-year-old is on a tear. I was talking to my cousin just this past week. His stats are amazing, and one cannot argue why he's getting the call up. I mean, he's with AA, the Seattle affiliate there in Arkansas, but he has a 1.06 ERA.
Good grief!
18 starts with a 10-1 record. He's struck out 135 and only walked 13 in over 93 innings of work this year. It was kind of only a matter of time. Like I said, that's what I was talking about, that he would be called up. We're real surprised that he stayed in AA and didn't get the call up the AAA or something like that earlier. But hey, give this young man the spotlight and let him see what he can do. Especially with their season that they've got going on, very disappointing. Kind of in the whole frame and scheme of things of where they were last year to now this year.
Sounds a little bit like Ed Walsh. The late Ed Walsh is going to have to worry just a little bit because I believe his ERA was like 1.81 or something like that. 1.816. It's the best ERA in all MLB records. So and it's going to be interesting to say the least on that one. By the way, Matt, I wanted to let you know you were close, but not close enough. The Dallas Wings are in the 8th and final playoff positioning. They're 21-16. They are 3-7 in their last 10. Like I said, they're on the cusp of potentially missing the WNBA playoffs. Also, Matt, Brent Venables staying a little bit longer in Oklahoma. Share with everybody about that, please.
Oh, absolutely, man. Oklahoma, they're betting big on Brent Venables, man. Extending him through the 2031 season. And the deal reportedly averaging about 10.5 million per season. The timing is interesting because he was kind of sitting on six and seven, 6-7, just 2 years ago. But in 2025, man, he was able to kind of flip Oklahoma to 10-3 and won 6-2 in the SEC and reached the college football playoff. The defense has become elite under him. But the question is whether OU, is paying him for what he accomplished or what they believe is coming next. Which one is it?
That's a good question.
Remember, man, he's still just 32-20 as Oklahoma's head coach with no.
Remember, he also was the Oklahoma coach at one time too.
Oh, yeah.
This is his second stint.
Exactly. So now expectations change. At 10 million, over 10, he's making over 10 million a year. So Oklahoma shouldn't just be happy with making bowl games. They need to regularly compete for the SEC, beat Texas, and make playoff runs. Bottom line is pretty much OU just removed Venables from the hot seat. Now he has to prove that they were right.
If they remove him and he goes ice cold, boy, you best believe the boosters are turning left, right, up, and down in any other direction possible against them. And they're going to be like, man, get this out of here.
10.5 mil, man.
Shane, do you happen to have any idea how much his buyout was, though?
No, that's one of the things that, like as Matt was saying, you get to talking about that. If he doesn't put up in the next couple of years, you're going to be looking at that buyout number real hard.
Maybe he needs to call Jimbo Fisher and say, "Hey, how can I milk every single dollar imaginable out of OU while I still coach at other places?" So interesting to note on that one. Also, want to give a little bit of an update. This is next on the rundown. If you guys can keep my family in your thoughts and prayers, my stepdad unfortunately has taken an absolute drastic turn for the worst, and he should, according to the hospice nurses, he most likely will pass away by Sunday. So if it does, I will broadcast still, but I will be down in Atlanta for that time. So just keep my stepdad and my mom in your prayers. It's definitely a hard situation to watch someone you love, like, basically deteriorate. And they do it so rapidly. So it breaks our heart that he is going to go. But I hope he knows deep down inside that me, Jessica, and the girls, everybody in Jackson, everybody, we all love Grandude, and he will forever be our girls' grandpa. So it's a little hard. I've already had my nice time, unfortunately, crying. And of course, I'm going to still cry even more because he's been part of my family since '99. So it's been a long time. So really sad on that front. And also, if you, as you did hear mention in the beginning about another potential tropical system is heading right for Hawaii, Tropical Storm Moke. So, or Moke, please keep Hawaii in your thoughts and prayers. So just wanted to casually mention that one. All right, so this next topic we're going to talk about is the next set of the MLB All-Star Game locations have been announced. And I'm going to show you the list. And then we'll discuss. This is the list right here. As you see, 27 will be held at Wrigley. 28 will be held at Oracle. That's what I was thinking it's called. And then at 2029, it'll be at Rogers Center, which is Toronto. And then 2030 will be at Camden Yards, which is where the Baltimore Orioles play. Now, the reason why I'm also saying we want to talk about this is because we already know that the 2027 location most likely is not going to happen. We'll talk about the lockout in a little bit, but I'm going to start with you, Shane, because you're my baseball guru. And folks, I promise you, Shane is literally the baseball guru besides our guy, Tony Gladstone. I'm about to say Tony Gonzalez, good grief. But there are other amazing cities out there, obviously, that can host. So Shane, I want you to give me your top 3 locations that you would like to see, host the MLB All-Star festivities and the event.
Well, definitely want to see those iconic parks. I'd love to see him go back to Fenway. It's great to see him go in the Wrigley for the first time in a while. Man, 2030 is going to be great with Camden Yards. That's one of my favorite ball stadiums, kind of in general. Just the layout and the backdrop of it kind of is what Baltimore is. So it's a fitting stadium for where it is. But definitely, look at some of the newer stadiums that you could go to, and some of these stadiums that you think of really wouldn't be at an MLB park. You start thinking about how U.S. Bank Stadium there in Minnesota, how they host the Minnesota Gophers during the first part of their season because of the weather up there, and it's very conducive. These are one of the newer NFL stadiums that can hold bigger amounts of people than your average everyday ballpark. So I could see that kind of expanding into the MLB with the bigger venues. If they do that, I'd love to see another shot at Bristol.
Oh, that was pretty awesome. I liked it there.
Oh yeah. It was great in person too. Before the rain. But definitely, places like that, like I said, you've always got to keep those iconic parks there. I know Atlanta just had one, but it's great to see it, on your home field for the team that you pull for. So definitely love to see another one go back there here shortly as well.
I'm having a hard time talking both of you guys. I'm doing the same thing I do to my kids, holding it in Eastland. I changed the names. Matt, give me your 3 locations that you would like to see. Now, we saw the list of the ones that are held, but give me your list of the next 3 that you would like to see the MLB All-Star event and activities held at.
One thing about these All-Star events, man, you want to the leagues want to put them in places that where players want to be. Why would you send a player to Nebraska, Minnesota, or Colorado, or things like that, man? I think with these All-Star games, if you put players where they want to be, then they will give you a good showing. So it has to be. Right now for these All-Star games, it got to be LA, it got to be New York, it got to be Atlanta, it got to be Miami. I think they just kind of should stick to that format of these places.
Would you go pay to see a baseball game at Miami Marlins Stadium?
I mean, look, it's not about Miami Marlins Stadium. It's about being in Miami. That's what it's about, man. It's about being in Miami.
But there are certain areas.
I bet you
definitely don't want to.
Well, I bet you the players want to go to Miami for the All-Star game.
For good reasons.
Players, I bet you they want to go, right on that strip.
South Beach.
Amen. That's right.
And this is a G-rated show, but that's not G-rated what we're talking about.
Exactly. And you stay away from those bad areas. Every place is going to have a bad areas, but you just stay away from those bad areas, man. So,
well, the good thing about Miami is they don't have Bankhead Highway literally right next door to your stadium, Atlanta.
Yeah, but hey, man, we know what Atlanta's home for, man. So we're going to leave it at that. So, and they love coming to Atlanta. So, New York,
where the players play.
Yeah, New York, California, Atlanta, Miami.
Come on, that was pretty good, right?
Lemon pepper chicken wings.
Hey man, lemon pepper wings. You know what? I had them for the first time a couple of weeks ago, man.
You just now had them, Matt. You have been deprived.
I was surprised.
Your Atlantic quad has been revoked.
See, Brandon, there's a rule that you have when you visit or frequent those type of establishments. You don't eat from there. You don't really mess with their food. They got a whole
too, don't you?
They got a whole.
They may have cockroaches the size of the cats, but that food is still the food.
Look, man.
Listen, that's still. There's a place in Charlotte that's still one of the best breakfast buffets I've ever been to.
Breakfast buffet, oh man.
That's the fun. Yeah. I miss it. Whatever happened to the quality breakfast buffets? They're all gone.
Diners. Gotta go to diners now, man.
There's barely lives. No one really have you have 2 or 3 Denny's at best now. You don't have Shoney's no more.
Oh, I didn't say Denny's. God forbid I didn't say Denny's.
There's maybe 2 diners in this area alone. That's it.
They got some nice, good diners here in Atlanta. So for us, I'm good. They got some really good diners here in Atlanta, man.
You do realize I lived in the same area you lived in, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about down in the city. They got some real good ones.
Some good diners up here.
I don't know, Shane. Something tells me, man, I can't really frequent.
No, he is the mom and pops up there.
Yeah,
man, he has the mom and pop joints up there, and those are pretty.
No. We're not talking about the uptown Charlotte. We're talking about up here in the mountains.
Yes. Hey, Trey just made a mention about, he said, oops, I think it's fascinating that Brandon's stepdad was in that long Braves game that was won by a hitting pitcher. Yes. What he's talking about was, I believe it was 1987 or 88 when the Atlanta Braves had like a 5-hour rain delay, 2 rain delays, and they had run out of everybody. And the crazy part was they had nobody, but they had this one pitcher. He had like a batting average of like .67 or something like that. I don't even remember what it was. It was ridiculous. Dave told me about this. And he gets a home run. The most unusual person hits a home run. And I think it was against the Mets. And it was Friday night. And they were doing Friday Night Lights back then, like with the fireworks. It's 4:30 in the morning, and they started shooting the fireworks off after the game ended. And my stepdad and my brother, Brian, stayed there the entire time, all through those 2 rain delays. I think it was. I wish I could ask him. It was like 5.5-hour rain delay. It was ridiculous, total combined. And he stayed there until 4:30 that next morning. Could you imagine y'all going to a baseball game at 7:00 at night and going home the next morning at like 5:00 in the morning after watching that long? That's insanely long time. Matt, what is the longest baseball game you've ever attended? Like time wise, do you remember?
Yeah, it was a baseball game, Brave game. It went until like maybe 3 or 4 overtimes. I mean, extra innings. I'm sorry.
Wrong sport there.
Yeah, I know, right? It went to some extra innings, man. We got there about 6:45 ish because the game started at 7:30, and I'm leaving around midnight. So, yeah.
What about you, Shane? What's the longest game you ever went to?
Well, I can remember a long one when I was playing. Like we started at 1:00, and I think we didn't get done until about 9 because of the rain delay. But
whoa,
but, man, NASCAR races are another thing. I remember I went to the Coke 600 one time, and you're up in the stands at 5:00, and I think we ended up leaving out the stands at like 2:30, and that was only one rain delay. That was like 15 minutes of rain, but drying up the track, and then you got 600 miles on top of that.
That's a long time to sit on there.
But hey, you can bring your cooler in, so we were good.
Yeah, so that's that. There is some pros to those cons, absolutely. So back to the topic at hand. Thank you, Trey, for bringing that. I appreciate that. I like where the next 4 are. I'm going to kind of tag along with you though as well, Matt. I would like to see them maybe even host it in Anaheim. The Angels are the most cursed organization there is, and don't say it's not because it is. Everybody can attest to it. Some of the best players get hurt there, and they go elsewhere and they absolutely tear it up and win everything. I could see it being held in Anaheim. Another location. What about in T-Mobile Park in Seattle?
I mean, Anaheim is California. So.
I know, but what about Seattle? That'd be a cool place to see it again.
Well, Seattle is iffy, man. It depends on the weather.
Yeah, that is true.
It's really iffy.
And as much as it pains,
or the new stadium in Vegas.
Oh, it'll be open. It will be up by 2031. Absolutely, I guarantee you that's definitely working. It has to just be working. Yeah, really.
Just go Vegas for 3 straight years.
Yeah, watch all the players get arrested. They come back, honey. Where's all the money? I gambled it all. But then, man, I'm going to kind of go along with there too is Miami because it is Miami. I mean, I've been to Miami. I know you definitely been to Miami. This is Matt we're talking about. I've been to Miami.
Whoa. Come on, man.
Matt used to be a party animal, folks.
Whoa.
Why don't you ask Matt where his first job was too, by the way?
Let's for a second. You don't wanna.
But I could see it being held. I'm not saying that Lone Depot Park is like the best park to look at, but I could see it being held there.
You just say Lone Depot.
That's the field for the Miami Marlins is the Lone Depot field.
Lone Depot.
Loan, like home loans.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's called Lone Depot.
Cool. I thought you meant Home Depot.
No, Lone Depot, and then I could see him even hosting it in the new Tropicana field whenever it's built in Tampa Bay. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, why not? And who's to say by 2031 we don't see said Orlando Dreamers? Remember we talked about that last episode. Who's to say that Orlando Dreamers won't be around in 2031? Why not host it there? I mean, there's a whole slew of amazing venues that could host it. Let us know in the comments where you think you would like to see, starting in 2031, where you like to see the MLB All-Star held. Really appreciate it. All right, Matt, this next topic is tethered to you. Oh, let's see. Trey just said, Matt might have been cruising around Miami listening to Will Smith's Miami. Matt, he just took a stab at you.
Hold on. Let's see. For people that don't know, back in '98 when Big Willie style dropped, when Big Willie style dropped, hey, getting jiggy with it.
I can see Matt did.
Welcome to Miami.
Will William. Yes.
Hey, just the two of us.
What's that one? The Wild Wild West. Remember that song, Wild Wild West, with him and Drew Hill?
That was later. That was after Big Willie style. That was after Big
I remember saying Will Smith had some good stuff back then too.
Hey man, that Big Willie style was slept on, man. So
I do have it on my phone. Welcome to Miami, so just saying.
That Big Willie style was slept on. So that's all I gotta say.
All right, so this news came out yesterday. James Harden is actually staying in Cleveland. 3 years for $97 million. Now, my question is not if he's not worth that money. He is coming to the backside of his career. Now, he is still a fantastic player. But do you think, and Matt, I'm going to ask you right away, do you think he should be paid over $30 million a year, or do you think it could be a little bit less? Or it should be a little less?
When them boys on the streets run you out of LA, you got no choice but to stay in Cleveland. But anyways, with Mr. Harden there, man, I'll just play it, man. That's just news. That's just other news. But with Harden, it's what are you getting? What are you getting from Harden? You're getting.
He doesn't show up in the playoffs though. He's never shown up for other teams except for the Thunder.
That is true. So they'll make him your main guy. Did they pay him like a main guy? 3 years, $97 million. Right now, that
it's like $33.5 million a year.
You got people getting $60 million contracts. You got people getting the real elite players getting $60, $50 million contracts. Excuse me. So for him, that's just going rate for 20 and 9. He's going to give you 20 and 8, 20 and 9 every night. That's what he's going to give you.
Unless he goes to the playoffs, then he gives you 5.
Unless he goes to the playoffs, but then that's why Cleveland got the additions that they had. They got other guard play. They got additions. They did some moves in free agency. They just traded for the Peyton from the Nuggets, man, for defense.
What Will Peyton was his name, isn't it?
It was Peyton something. I can't remember right now. It's slipping my mind. But he's a solid player. He's a very solid player. Peyton Watson, very solid.
Yeah, Peyton Watson. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, he can get you 15 tonight. I mean, they made some good moves. They drafted well. They made some really good moves, man. So I'll look for them to be back in it, man. People forget they had the defensive player of the year runner up in Evan Mobley a couple of seasons ago. They still got Jarrett. They still got Jarrett. Goofy, I call him Goofy. They still got him, man. Getting 10 boards a game. You still got Donovan Mitchell there getting you about 30 a game. I mean, it's just they got.
How do you think Donovan Mitchell feels though the fact that James Harden gets a $33.5 million extension?
Donovan Mitchell just signed a contract extension, man, for like
but he wants more.
Money.
He'll want more. He'll want more.
He got the max. Donovan Mitchell got the max. He can't get more.
He will want the more. He will want more.
Not necessarily. Again, $30 million isn't what $30 million was 10 years ago, man. $30 million is not nowhere near max player level money. So
that's so sad to say that too. That you just said that
he's not getting anywhere near max player money. He's not. So that's just what the going rate is right now, guys. I mean, for a solid player, he's giving you a 20 and 8. He's giving you a 20 and 8. To get that kind of production. I mean, there are times he can carry your offense. When the offense did hit a lull sometimes, and James Harden did get him out of a funk sometimes. James Harden will make the right play. He's not going to, hog all the shots. This isn't Houston Rockets James Harden. This is point guard James Harden, which he's played very well. It's just on defensively, and then the playoffs, he just disappears. So I don't know what they're going to do with that, but they weighed their options on the table. There wasn't a better option, so they paid the best option.
I don't think honestly that Cleveland's going to win a championship with him. I just don't see it.
Oh, not the way them Sixers done stacked up. Ooh.
Yeah, I just don't see it. What do you think, Shane? Do you think they maybe have overpaid him, and maybe they could have utilized a little bit of his funds for other major contracts?
I'm not sure. I mean, because as Matt was talking, they're kind of set in their depth and what they're trying to do and accomplish. I think maybe you reached a little bit on the contract length, not necessarily the yearly, but the length, because you're looking at 3 years for Harden.
And he's what 30? No, he's 37, right? Yeah, so he's 37. So you're not, and he does not. He did not put up LeBron James numbers.
Yeah, like I said, you're reaching, but as far as the length of the contract, now, if you look at the body of work, definitely worth the $30 million to have what you would consider and what their front office thinks is a playoff caliber team that can compete against some of these stacked lineups that we see in the East. Because, now we're not only talking about, New York with their, Villanueva Knicks. You've got Philly with their super team going, and now Klay Thompson joined the Heat with Giannis.
Signed today with them after the Mavericks bought him out. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they bought him out, and he signed with the Heat.
I did not know that.
It's actually one of the top stories on ESPN.
So
Benito, Ami.
So you've got that, and then as Matt was talking, Cleveland grabbed somebody from the Nuggets. DeRozan just signed a 1-year deal with the Nuggets.
DeRozan DeRozan.
Yeah. There's a lot.
I thought he retired. I know that was Kyle. Oh my God, what's his name?
Lowry.
Kyle Lowry. Thank you. Yeah, Mike Lowry. Yeah. Kyle Lowry. Yeah, he's the one that retired. That's right. God, we're referencing Miami a lot now, aren't we?
Yeah, but it's there's a lot of big names that have moved late, kind of coming into the season that we really didn't expect, and the Harden contract is just kind of one of those things out the blue that you look at. Okay, is he worth it now? Not really, but had he shown it over his time that he could be worth it? Yes. So he deserves it. Like I said, what gets me is the reach for the length of time.
Well, let's just play hypothetical for a second. This is for both of you, okay? Let's just say for bleeps and giggles, you signed him to this 3-year, $97 million deal, and he gets you 10 points a game at best. Was it really worth it then? That's called hypothetical, Matt. Hypothetically, let's just say for bleeps and giggles, he falls off the rocker faster than you can spell hung.
But yet, if he gets you 10 points, 16 assists, 6 steals.
No, 10 points, that's it. You're not getting any rebounds or assists. He's getting you 10 points, that's it.
Okay, Brandon, we can't do that.
It's hypothetical. Let's just say it's an absolute disaster of a contract all of a sudden.
No. If he couldn't do the others, there's no way he's getting $30 million a year anyway.
Let's just say though that he was putting up these astronomical numbers, and then he gets this contract extension, and he falls off so quick.
Well, the percentage
we've seen that play out one time already.
We actually have. We really have, absolutely.
With who?
With Harden, as far as getting that contract and then lowering his production by a good percentage.
Oh yeah.
When he went from the Rockets to the Nets, the plan was for him, Durant, and Kyrie to be able to play together, but they only played like 16 games together, man, because they all were injured at different times.
That question's for you, Matt.
John,
on what Trey said. Does this put Miami in favorites to win the Southeast, and where does Atlanta and Charlotte expect to finish?
What's Charlotte and Atlanta going to do with Giannis, man?
But what is it? Who does Miami have? Just Giannis and wait, I don't really. No, Bam Adebayo. I forgot his name. Dadgummit.
Man, Giannis by himself. Giannis himself is unstoppable. What?
But the Heat are not. They're not unstoppable.
Dude, they could put Bam and shooters around Giannis. Giannis was working with nothing in Milwaukee and winning a championship with dang near nothing.
Didn't he have Damian Lillard?
No, he had Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday,
and Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton is a darn good player.
Chris Middleton is a solid player. Chris Middleton's not better than Klay Thompson is now.
That's what I'm saying.
Giannis has way better team. Giannis has never played on a team where somebody else can score 20 a night consistently. He had Dame that one season. That was the first time he's had that. But that wasn't a good season.
Where did Tyler Hero go again? I can't remember.
No, he went to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, that's right. Yeah, he went to Milwaukee. They trade. So Tyler Hero plays in Milwaukee.
Well, Tyler Hero's from Milwaukee. That's where he's from. Yeah. He's from that area, so he's happy about that. But dude, we're talking about the Heat with Giannis. They actually have a good coach in Eric Spoelstra. They have a great coach. They have a great system.
But they've been in the play-in the last 4 years, I think, right?
Without Giannis, now they have Giannis.
But they gave up a boatload of talent to get Giannis.
Not necessarily.
That was the people who won that trade definitely. I would have to say is Milwaukee because they got a lot of return on investments on it.
I can't say that because Giannis is an MVP. Giannis is the top 5 player in this league right now. I mean, Giannis is.
Put it this way: you will be shocked. I will not be shocked if next season the Miami Heat are going to be struggling for a long bit of the season to make it into the play-in. I'm saying I would not be surprised.
Brennan. I think the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be the Sixers and the Heat, man. That's going to be.
I definitely don't think it's going to be that. I think it'll be the Sixers and somebody else.
I just don't see. If you look at all the teams in their totality, I just don't see a team.
So you think the Heat are better than the Boston Celtics?
Yes, right now, absolutely. Yeah. Because the Boston Celtics just got rid of.
What about the Knicks? Do you think they're better than the Knicks?
The Heat, the Knicks have nobody that can deal with Giannis. Right. Knicks have no one that can deal with Giannis. Not a soul. Yeah. They don't have a soul that can deal with Giannis.
They had enough to handle him over the last couple of years. Because I mean, when was the last time Giannis won his championship? Was it 19 or something like that?
No. It was 23.
I really can't remember when they won it. So still, that's been a long time.
2022. Yeah, it's been a long time. But you look at what Milwaukee had to deal with: injuries, no more players. They traded away Drew Holiday, which was crazy.
They have no players in Miami really right now. You have 2 players. That's it. 3 with Klay Thompson.
No, they don't, man. Miami got a nice squad. They got Davion Mitchell down there, who's probably one of the best defensive point guard in the league. Miami got some players still, man. They still got some players.
Didn't you also saw that Dennis Schroeder got traded somewhere, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look, but he still got Andrew Wiggins who can get him 18 a game. I mean, they still got players, man. He still got players, and it's just that culture and system. They have the right kind of players. It's gonna be the Heat and the Sixers in the conference finals. I'm sorry. That's what I see right now. I looked at all.
Make sure you timestamp that, okay?
You can timestamp it all you want. I don't see
August 21st at 8:14. Matt said it's going to be the Heat and the 76ers in the conference finals.
Both barring injury.
No, now we're going to add the barring injury into that picture.
Well, you have to. If Giannis gets injured or if Jaylen Brown or LeBron gets injured, then of course they're not going to be there because that's their That's their main players. But dude, I don't see anybody beating the Heat besides the Sixers, to be honest with you, man. That's just me. I'm looking at it from all teams and all perspectives. Well, LeBron is the third wheel now, third or fourth wheel on the Sixers. They don't need LeBron to score. They got Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey. They got Joel Embiid.
What's that boy that they just drafted too?
DJ Edgecombe.
Yes, yes.
So LeBron walked into a perfect situation. I'm telling you, man. This Heat and Sixers are gonna surprise a lot of people, man. I don't see.
I'd pay to see again.
So what?
I would pay to see the Heat and the Knicks. That rivalry like that again, like it was in the 90s.
I don't think the Knicks are going to repeat. Look, man.
I want to see that rivalry though again. That style of rivalry.
One thing that plays into winning a championship is you got to have the luck of the draw too as well. And the Knicks happen to have a nice, easy. The most difficult team they played in the Eastern Conference was the Hawks. I mean, the Hawks are the only team that beat them twice. I mean, so they were able to kind of get in at the right time and right there. Out there, everybody. Charlotte doesn't have LaMelo anymore. People are going to realize. People are going to see when Charlotte plays. People are going to just see how important LaMelo was to that team. How LaMelo was setting everybody up, and how LaMelo orchestrated that offense. People are going to really see how Charlotte's going to miss that. They're really going to miss that. I understand they have Kobe White, and I really love Kobe White, but Kobe White isn't a playmaker, and he doesn't see the floor like LaMelo does. People are going to really, really, really see how much Charlotte misses LaMelo this year. Sorry, Shane.
I agree.
Sorry, Shane.
I agree with you in a sense, but with what they're trying to do at Charlotte and kind of make that team what they want it to be instead of the Melo
more traditional. They want it more traditional, and you build around Brandon Miller and Concanopoulos. I would do the same thing. I mean, but that's for the future.
Would the owners actually though wisely invest in building around Concanopoulos and Brandon Miller? I mean, I mean, a lot of owners have shown that they will, on the drop of a dime, get rid of some of their best players. Remember, they had Kobe at one time with Charlotte.
We just signed Schroeder too.
Yeah. Schroeder, that's where he went. Dennis Schroeder was.
I like that kid y'all drafted at 18. I can't remember his name. He went to Texas Tech. I really like that kid. He was a top 10 player, man, before going into college. So really like that point guard kid that you guys drafted too.
So how about this? Give me this answer and we'll move on to the next topic. And I'm going to ask you first, Matt. Give me your dark horses for the Eastern and the Western.
Dark horses. I like what Atlanta did. In the draft and in free agency. They didn't hold on to Zachary Reese for too long. They saw that this wasn't the move. I like what they did. But honestly, man, I can have dark horses, but I just don't see nobody beating Philadelphia and Miami in a 7-game series, man.
Who's going to turn the head? Who do you think is going to turn heads this season on the East?
I think Boston's going to take a step back. I can see Brooklyn. I can see maybe Brooklyn doing a little more than what they did. They had a lot of young pieces surrounding Michael Porter Jr. I can see them kind of getting some wins that they weren't supposed to get, or maybe kind of getting towards that play-in status rather than being a bottom feeder. I can see the Nets doing that. But I'll be a homer here. I'll say the Hawks. What
about for the Western Conference? Who do you think is going to turn heads the right way?
I think Dallas. Is, man. I think Cooper Flag is going to take one of those huge jumps. Kyrie's, let's not forget, Kyrie comes back and can actually play this year.
But for how long?
He'll be all right.
He's pretty injury prone as of late.
He'll be all right. But I like what Dallas got in that Luka deal as well, with all those draft picks and the young players they got. But they'll be healthy. But also I think Minnesota is gonna do something too. I think Minnesota is finally going to kind of get over that hump. I think Denver is taking a step way back because man, I don't know. I just don't see Denver. They gave up on Michael Porter Jr. when I don't think they should. We'll see. But I think Dallas and Atlanta are going to take some steps up.
What about you, Shane? Who could be your dark horse in the East and in the West?
Well, I'm with Matt. I'm gonna be a homer on this one. I think Charlotte could possibly, be there, but then also to look into another team in the East. I don't know. Something just feels right about Chicago with their young talent that makes some noise, kind of deal. As far as the East goes, now when you talk about the West. I'm with Matt. Like, I think Minnesota is that dark horse playoff contender, kind of team. But a team in the West that I think is going to turn a lot of heads, might not make a lot of noise, but will turn a lot of heads, is Portland. I think Portland's got, with their just backcourt depth that they have, but between, kind of the young guys and the talent that they've had that's kind of failed in other places, aka.
I'm eager to see how things transpire for him. I really am.
But I think it could end up well, kind of gelling out with that team to turn heads, not make noise, but turn heads, and how they're not, really, if you look at them in Utah, are going to be some of the bottom feeders.
And the rumor is that Portland could be on the way out too. There's been talks, so we'll see.
So I'd like to see them turn heads, and I think they've got the talent to do so.
I agree. All right, this next topic, it's going to be really, albeit brief, all right, but it is official. Mark Ingram, the now former athletic director at UAB, is out of a job at UAB. A lot of people are saying it is mainly related to the content issues it's just the constant issues that they had coming about during his tenure. But the main thing that has been mentioned that will probably surround him for all his rest of his career was the debacle with the now former head softball coach and the remarks that she made. And I'm not going to go into depth with what she said. I can tell you, though, it was related to race and sexual orientation. That's all I'm going to say about that one. We are not the show. We're not doing any political things, so bite your tongue on the political thing, folks. But what do you think about this move? And I'm going to start with you, Matt, because Alabama and Birmingham is not too far, and we had one of our favorite players of all time came out of UAB, and ended up I think he's now in the Ring of Honor for the Atlanta Falcons. But what are your thoughts knowing that the 11-year tumultuous career tenure of Mark Ingram is finally over with at UAB?
First off, shout out to Rowdy White, man.
That was who the hint was, folks.
I think it was just time. It was just time, man. Things just didn't.
There was a lot of issues that had really transpired underneath him.
Yeah, things just didn't work out. It was just time for a fresh new face. I could see why the move was made. It wasn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anything from an attitude perspective, or I'm pretty sure he wasn't, miserable. And I'm pretty sure the team liked him. I mean, he's a good dude. I just think it was just more of a time for a new face, new change. 11 long years there, man. That's a lot longer than a lot of these ADs nowadays.
Very true.
So, I just think it was just time for a fresh face.
Yeah, and obviously the one controversy saying that's going to surround Ingram for the rest of his career is the situation that transpired with the now former coach Taylor Smith and her comments. And that no matter you could be the greatest of greats, but if you have that you have that one particular issue that's going to hover over you, it's going to sit there. What are your thoughts on the fact that his tenure is finally over with at UAB?
Well, see, you talk about that, but what a lot of people don't realize is this is the same AD that took over and revitalized the football team from when it was shut down. He's the same one that brought in new facilities and new investments and all, and actually brought them to the American Conference. So, as you said, that kind of overshadows, the stories and everything else that went on. Of course, it's one of those things, as Matt said, it was just kind of time. After 11 years, it's kind of run its course. And when you come up to it and you're looking at it, I mean, he did a fine job at what he was given. Would you have thought after a football program was killed in the early 2010s that it could be revitalized and then you brought back to a major group of 6 conference at that point?
Remember, he also was the one that touted in bringing in Trent Dilfer to be their head football coach, and that was a real big debacle.
Yeah, well, it's kind of looked like that for Trent Dilfer, other than like actually being an individual coach all around. So it's not necessarily that. I mean, you're a smaller school. Sometimes you swing and miss at these big guys.
Yep. Very true.
One that the AD brought in that is now going to be the interim athletic director is Andy Kennedy. He has won basically, 20 games per year for the men's basketball program since he got there on campus. So you kind of have some of the old ushering in a new time, if you could say so. The old guard's still there, but it's passing along the torch.
I like that. I do like that. I think it will be good for UAB. The fresh start. That is the big thing right there. Wipe your hands clean of any negative stereotypes that are coming over you. Obviously, Taylor Smith being one of them. The issue with Trent Dilfer is another. You want to brush away the bad and just start all over, refresh, rebuild, basically start from brand new. So I like this move. I think it will be a step in the right direction. I really do. All right, so let's go to the next topic. It does look like, in fact, we are going to have a complete MLB lockout for 2027. Now, here's a crazy stat. 30 years ago, the 1994 season it was ended on the exact same thing, money. And it cost nearly $1 billion in total earnings, for which baseball has actually never fully recovered. They're still, in theory, trying to gain back fans that they lost because of that strike. Now, one of the best teams of that season was the Montreal Expo. They were absolutely blowing everybody out of the water. I think at one point, Jen, they had like a 13 game lead over everybody in the NL East. It was insane, and They lost out on it, and Montreal never regained and never got that chance again. As you guys know, now they are the Washington Nationals, or as everybody calls them, the Nationals. Now, the estimated revenue, and this number absolutely opened my eyes, that is expected to be lost if there is an entire lockout. It could exceed between $2 and $4 billion. Not million, billion. And also, you got to think about something. There's potential for players who are going their career is going to end after this season because they're not going to want to come back in 27. What are your thoughts on this, Shane? Do you think that obviously I think you probably believe that this strike is most likely going to unfortunately happen, but do you think there is maybe something that could potentially save the fans and save baseball if there is in fact another strike?
Well, the one good thing I guess you could say is that there's plenty of opportunity to watch baseball other than the MLB. You've got the MILB with the minor leagues. Definitely will take off, and it's really a great product to watch. Just like it did in '94 and '98. Kind of the minor leagues kind of took over whenever the strike was going on. In their popularity, but then again, you look at it and see how popular banana ball and
Yes.
and that league is. Now up to what, 8 teams, I believe.
Yep.
That's a whole nother separate entity from Major League Baseball and the minor leagues that I guarantee people already love it. But when you don't have your regular baseball to watch, people are going to tune into some sort of the sport. It's just like if the NFL, the best thing for the UFL, for the NFL to have a strike.
Yep.
I mean, people will earn for the sport that they love and watch it, no matter what kind of products on the field, because they want to watch the sport. Sports are like drugs.
The most addictive things to watch.
Yeah, they're addicting, and a lot of times you can't get enough of it.
Yep.
So it's one of those things that if it, I think that in some sense of form we will have a part of a season next year because, as you said, the revenues are going to be too much to kind of give up, and that's one of the things that they're weighing in these negotiations between the owners and the players. The owners want the revenue, and the players want a piece of it. So it's a fight, and definitely don't have too much longer to really talk about it before something really needs to be done.
I agree. You know what it reminds me of, Matt? Do you remember that old video where the guy was at a candy store? It was a cartoon, and this kid goes, give me a candy bar. And he goes, gimme, got shot. Do you remember that? Do you remember that little skit? That's kind of what it reminds me of, is gimme. You can only ask for so much until you don't get it. But what do you think, Matt? Do you think we are, in fact, going to have a lockout in 27?
Yeah, I mean the biggest issue, man, from pretty much is salary cap. MLB proposed a hard cap of I think like $245 million in 2027, along with a $171 million salary floor. So it's not just that the people are saying that the Dodgers are spending too much. People are also saying that we want Pittsburgh, Miami, Tampa Bay, and other lower playing clubs to have to spend more. So there were 12 teams, man. If the proposal did go through, 12 teams will have to increase their payroll by combined, I think it was like $600 million. So
that's crazy.
Cap is kind of the biggest issue, one of the bigger issues that's holding everything up, man. It's just the owners of the league's argument is that the gap between clubs like the Dodgers and the lower spending teams is just so enormous that the current luxury tax system, man, they no longer creates enough competitive balance. So they think that if they can just fix that issue and put a salary cap there, everything else will work itself out. It'll be a trickle down effect and it'll work itself out. So and I think it'll be weird to see baseball with a salary cap finally, man.
I think something has to have some form of reform. Does have to happen.
That is true.
Something has to happen.
You have to. You kind of have to, man. You have to kind of put a limit on what these owners expend, but also and I like it because they're not only implementing a salary cap, they're implementing a salary floor. So you have to.
Which means you have to spend. You can't just keep.
Which is what the NBA does. So I mean, that works out well for the NBA. They have guaranteed contracts because they have the caps. I don't understand. I'm not going to get into the NFL right now because
the biggest thing though, Matt, with this is the fact that the level of deferments. Did they not listen to the Bobby Bonilla's and all the other ones that are? I mean, Bobby Bonilla is not. He's the most famous one that still gets paid up until 2035 or something like that from the Mets. But I mean, look at Shohei.
Griffey's on a deferment.
Yeah, he's on a deferment. Yeah, and then look at look with Shohei. His deferments don't start until 2034. But what's crazy is if the current owner does sell his stake into the Dodgers, he can opt out of his contract, and he's still getting bukus over $700 million from 2034 to 2045. So he's still going to bank no matter what. There's just something. We can talk about this for a minute, one too, though, because I'll get frustrated. But there's got to be something. There has to be something to be done. Why is it that the NFL has a salary cap and the NFL is making bukus of dollars? Why is it that the NBA has a salary cap? They're making bukus of dollars, but baseball, they're still making good money, but there's no salary cap. You have teams like the Anaheim Angels. No, you have the team. Well, that's kind of one of them, but you have the Angels. You definitely have the Athletics. You have the Tampa Bay Rays. You have the smallest payroll. You have the Braves even too. You have the smaller payrolls that don't open their pockets up to spend. And it's frustrating. It absolutely is frustrating. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. We greatly appreciate it. All right, now comes everybody's favorite segment. It is the Yes, it is the honorable mentions where we give love to up to 5 stories each that don't get the love they deserve. Now, my first one, this one I had to debate because it painstaking me. And you know this too, Matt and Shane. You guys know this very well, that this team does not get a lot of good love from me at all. But my first honorable mention goes out to Boise State and the 40th anniversary blue turf helmets. What do you guys think of those? They're pretty snazzy helmets, though, right? Did y'all see them? Mm-hmm. If you did not see them, folks, this is what they look like. That has the horse is orange. He's basically on fire, and on the other side they have the Boise State, and they have it's like a blue turf helmet. It's really cool. So it painstakes me to sit there and say shout out to Boise State, but my first honorable mention goes out to Boise State. Shane, give us your first honorable mention, please.
Well, my first honorable mention is going to go out to the Little League Classic. Our Braves and Milwaukee Brewers are going to be playing in that Sunday night. I interest everybody to go watch it. It's a great spectacle to see the major league players and the Little League players interacting and all.
Those kids are in hog heaven. You know that.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the great traditions that's come up. And with that being said, I also encourage everybody to go out and check out the E60 series that aired of Michael Camerata, the only player to ever have his number retired by the Little League World Series, wore number 11. When he played Little League ball in 1991 with the Staten Island Little League, eventually made it and lost in the U.S. Championship. But
to California, by the way.
Yeah, to a California team. But he played right field, wore number 11, and then tragically, 10 years after he was in the Little League World Series, he lost his life at 9/11, being a hero. With the FDNY trying to save lives. I know Brandon watched the story and he can give you a little bit more. He actually did a deep dive into that one. Like I normally do, but I know he's got a couple little highlights that he can tell you on the story as well.
Yeah, I posted it today on my Facebook page, and I encourage you guys to take a look at it. But I'm going to tell you now, be prepared. It is very emotional to watch. The story is The Stanton Island All-Star team was unprecedented. I mean, they had Jason Markey, for crying out loud. Matt, you might be recognize that name too. Jason Markey played for the Atlanta Braves. Came close to throwing a couple no-hitters while he was an Atlanta Braves pitcher. So, and if you guys heard Shane, he played in right field. He played the 9th position and wore number 11. So that was really touching on that part too. But then what really got me is his brother went into his room, and I might get a little emotional talking, went to his room and he opened up his drawer and there was a folded piece of paper that said, if anything were to ever happen to me. And he wrote 4 things out. First was take care of his girlfriend, Jenna. Don't mourn me. This is the career that I chose. Make my spirit live on. And just know that I love you and I'll see you upstairs one day. And I mean, I lost it. Y'all, this story was definitely like a holy bleep kind of thing. So he had just graduated from the academy and had been on the official force. I think it was 2 to 4 weeks or something like that. It was ridiculous. He had not responded to any calls that were worthy like this. And he goes on his first call. It ended up being his first and only and last. He was with Fire Station 11, another tied to his name. And when the North Tower fell, he was killed instantly. They never found his body ever. Just absolutely gut-wrenching. And here's the crazy part too is also he was the youngest firefighter to ever pass away from it. He was only 22 years old. He had a whole life ahead. It affected his family so much. His mom died of a broken heart. She passed away. His dad kind of disassociated himself from a lot of people. He still blames himself because the last phone call they ever got was him calling and saying, I'm going to the World Trade Center. A plane hit the building. I love you all. And that was the last time they ever heard from him. So I encourage you all to go it's called Living On, the Michael Camerata story. I did post it on my Facebook page. I really would love for you guys to tune into it. If you do, though, I promise you the way they have it, and of course, the music also plays a role in it too, but the way they did the whole thing, it gets you kind of emotional. And thinking about this, the fact that we're only, 3 weeks out from this horrific event, by the way, it's 25 years. It's been a quarter of a century since this happened, and we can still remember it like yesterday. So check out the video. It is on my Facebook page. If not, you can go look. If you don't see it, go on YouTube. Just type in E60, the Michael Camerata story. It's just absolutely amazing. And yeah, I did do some deep diving on that one, didn't I, Shane? So really good one. I encourage each and every one to look at. So good. I like that. It was a good one. I appreciate that, Shane. I was hoping somebody was going to mention it. Matt, what is your first honorable mention?
Oh, man. Shout out to Jackson Smith-Njigba. He finally cracks the top 100, NFL top 100's top 10. For those who don't know, he put up 1,800 receiving yards, one offensive player of the year, and got a Super Bowl, man. So he's in a conversation with the NFL's elite players. And for people that don't know, he is an official 99 in Madden. So shout out to Jackson, man. Had a heck of a year, man. Hopefully he can, expound on that and get to 2,000 yards.
That'd be a feat to really behold real quick too.
I know who I'm getting in fantasy.
Yeah, your model citizen, Shedeur Sanders. My second honorable mention, you would do that too, is going out to the now late, great, quote, father of a revolutionary surgery in baseball, Tommy John. Recently passed away at the age of 83. People thought he was a great pitcher, which he was, but he was known as the father for, back then it was called the UCL reconstruction of the elbow surgery. And then it became the Tommy John reconstruction surgery and officially was named Tommy John. So Tommy John, yes, passed away, but shout out to Tommy John. Because when players, before his revolutionary surgery was done, if they tore a ligament in their elbow, they were done. They could never play again because there was no revolutionary procedure back then. So now, thanks to him, a lot of players can have second and third. You don't want to go up to 3. After you do the third one, then you pretty much are done. But I hate to say that, but Tommy John unfortunately did pass away, but shout out to him, absolutely. Shane, give us your second honorable mention.
Well, my second honorable mentions a couple of moves coming out the NASCAR auto racing world. One, of course, being Connor Zilisch has been announced with a multi-year deal to join Hendrick Motorsports after the 2028 or for the 2028 season into the 48 car that Alex Bowman, who I mentioned in one of the other episodes, I believe at the end of the season, who's going to retire at the end of 2027. So shout out to that young driver. And also wanted to highlight down the road there at Bowman Gray Stadium there in Winston-Salem, they've got the Kyle Busch Invitational going on tonight and kind of honor and memory of Kyle Busch with the Liberto cars and the Legend cars, which his son Braxton Busch is currently running in the feature right now.
Cool. That's so cool.
Definitely great to see, and definitely great to see those cars at such a historic track as well.
And Shane, did you happen to catch the interview with Kurt Busch?
Oh yeah.
That was definitely very emotional to watch too. That he still is struggling day to day. He there's times that he said he's picked his phone up to call his brother, and he's realized, oh bleep, I can't call him. So it still hits. And this is the 3 month. Today is the 3 month anniversary he passed away, which was crazy to think about that. So I still can't believe he's gone. Hard to believe.
Yeah, and just the other day we had 8/18, which in my mind will forever be Kyle Busch Day.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, I still cannot wrap my head around him being gone. Matt, what is your second honorable mention?
Oh man, you gotta go with picture Grant Holmes here, man. He nearly threw a no-hitter, man.
Yes. What a great career comeback too for him.
Yeah, man. Took a no-hit bid deep into the game, man. And we had plenty to talk about, for the Braves, this year, but that was easily one of the top moments, man. So
absolutely. He was going to have Tommy John, but he worked through rehab and experimental procedures and everything, and he's come back and he is absolutely on fire. So absolutely a really good story for what's going on with Grant Holmes. So I like that one. My third and final honorable mention goes out about Matt's team, actually, Georgia Tech, and the amount of renovations they were able to complete in time for the new season. Now, they're not done. They're doing more renovations after for Bobby Dodd Stadium. But this one, the renovations they have already completed, new seats, they have new just everything in general. The locker rooms they are getting revamped. It's like $500 million in renovations cost when it's all said and done for Georgia Tech. So the first, this is the first one. It's called the first 100 days. They did it a lot in this time, but it is going to be estimated that Bobby Dodd Stadium, which by the way, Matt will tell you because he's been to quite a few Bobby Dodd Stadium to see the game. It's one of the most recognizable stadiums on all of college football. I don't care what people sit there and say. It really is, and it's a spectacle to be seen. So Bobby Dodd is supposed to be one of, if not the top of the line stadiums in the coming years with all the renovations they are doing. So definitely shout out to Georgia Tech. Shane, give us your third and final honorable mention, sir.
Hey, leave it to a bunch of engineers to get some work done.
I know, right? That was actually pretty good, Matt. You better clip that and make that short. That was a really good one. I like that one.
But my third and final honorable mention is going to go to the Kansas City Royals and their quest for a new ballpark. It was just announced that the Kansas City City Council approved the $600 million commitment to help put a ballpark there in downtown Kansas City for the Royals. We had talked about it, I believe, in April. Hallmark Cards and the Royals are talking about a $3 billion stadium in downtown Kansas City. Well, at least a development. I don't know if the stadium will be the $3 billion, but definitely shout out to the Kansas City City Council and the Royals in taking that next step forward to that new downtown stadium that they want.
Yes, absolutely. Really excited about that one. Matt, give us your third and final honorable mention, please.
Absolutely, man. We'll go with the. I'll go with this. I had a few left, but I'll just go with one more, man. Let's do the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Minnesota Lynx. We don't want to take it up. They have been sold again. Mark Lore is reportedly selling the majority control.
Really?
Franchises to investor Mark Stad in a deal valuing them around $4.5 billion. You know,
I thought the owners were going to be Alex Rodriguez and Kevin Garnett and all that.
Pretty much Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, is expected to remain involved as minority owner. You know, so it's kind of like that with the Lakers sale, man. You got that one doctor that's not giving up his share. He's like, I'm not giving up my share of the Lakers, man. No matter what.
I'm keeping my 1.8%.
Yep.
Yeah, really, because that could make you a heck of a lot of money.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. So yes. But when you wait till the team gets worth about $10 billion,
1.8% of $14 billion.
God, you best believe. A yearly earn of that one, absolutely.
I'll take it too, but he's waiting. He said he's going to wait, man. So anyways, shout out to Minnesota, man, on the new ownership. So
I like it. I really do like it. All right, I wanted to share this with you guys. People have asked if our website is legit. It is. I'm going to show you. This is a mock-up of the website. This is not live yet. It will be live next week. Let me know when you can see it. Do you guys see my screen? All right, here's what it looks like. This is it. As you see, there's going to be a ticker on the top. You have the ability to watch us live. You can contact us. All sorts of things. Our store will be on there. So as you guys see, this is one of the first times we have aired this. So you can catch up on all the latest episodes. We actually are going to have a spot. Shane, could you maybe mention again what we were planning on doing with Mark's interview? What were we going to call it again?
Well, we'll see how it all turns out. We've still got some ideas and stuff floating around. So, as Brandon said, this is just a mock. So this is nothing that we're committed to, but just ideas.
Yes, but you're going to see, so you can chance to look at all the episodes, all the shorts. You can, there's going to be a spot on there where so this is also where all the stories that we're going to do for our sport, like our coverage and stuff. You can get the store here. We're going to have our store there. And you can follow us on all major social media platforms. So I wanted to let you guys know that the website, this is what it's going to look some. This is not it, but this is what it's going to look like in the coming times. So you guys are absolutely going to enjoy it. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And let me close this out. There we go. All right. So I hope you guys are excited as we are, because we definitely are beyond excited. All right. So this was an absolute fantastic episode. I really do appreciate it for everybody tuning in and listening live all over. So if you are interested in being a part of our team as a sponsor, well, then what a great way to reach out to me, Matt or Shane. You can email me, Brandon Keeler on radio@gmail.com. Matt, what is the email you would like to provide, sir? You're muted. Oh, my word. There we go.
I'll put it on hey, man. Hey, I got different stuff up. I'll put it on my Twitter, guys. I got to update X. I'm going to update things about the
No. Message you about being a sponsor. What is your email you would like to have people email you to about possibly being a sponsor?
I'll put it on my Twitter. So they can reach me out there.
Okay. What about you, Shane? How do you want people to get a hold of you if they are interested in being a sponsor?
Just any one of the forms of social media, and any one of the guys within the network. We all talk all the time, so just any way possible, wherever get around. Absolutely,
send us a message, and we will get you hooked up with the best rates possible, and be part of this amazing team and amazing network. We're growing rapidly. So if you guys haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Help us get to the year-end goal of at least 15,000 subscribers. But we'd love to hit 20,000. We can do it. And also, what you could also help us do is consider following us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok. What you do, just say, hey, to your friends and family, hey, I found this really cool sports talk show. I think you guys will really check them out. That's all you got to do. I greatly appreciate that one. I want to bring attention. We do have a list of amazing interviews coming up with our guy, Mark, and I want to share with them. All interview times will be at 8 p.m. we have on August the 24th, Jake Crane of Crane & Company is returning. Remember, we had a really good time with Jake. Really excited to have him come on. On August the 25th, we have Michael Roth. He helped win the World Series, College World Series for South Carolina and played for the Anaheim Angels. So really excited about that one. Tom Hutler on August the 27th. He is the play-by-play, or he is the voice of the Seattle Mariners. So we're going to have him on. Really excited. This next one that I'm mentioning, we're really excited about. On August the 31st, Marcus Lattimore, the former Gamecock running back, great, who had horrific injuries to end his career, unfortunately, will be on. We're really excited about that one. On September the 15th, Mike Maniscalco, who is the play-by-play for Shane's Stanley Cup champion, Carolina Hurricanes, is going to be on. And my team on September the 17th, the play-by-play voice, Dave Mishkin, is going to be joining Mark as well. So as you guys see, Mark has absolutely got laser amazing guests. Even more guests we can't even mention because there's so many to mention. So we got a lot coming. Speaking of which, episode 255 will be Tuesday, August the 25th. Peter Blake is returning. You know, he covers the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's going to give us his predictions for this upcoming season for the Bucs and for the NFC South. And do you think maybe he has a different dark horse? You'll have to find out. Episode 256 will be Friday, August the 28th. Jeff Thakor is the PA announcer for the WNBA's Portland Fire. I'm really excited about this one because this is the first actual person currently with the WNBA franchise coming on. Really excited about that one. Episode 257 will be Tuesday, September the 1st. Ben Caminos has been rescheduled with us that he was affected by the tornado up in Wisconsin. I encourage you guys to check him out. He's awesome. And then on episode 258 will be Friday, September the 4th. Said play-by-play announcer Mike Maniscalco will be joining our show. So as you see, he's back-to-back with the network, so we greatly appreciate that one. Then episode 259 will be Tuesday, September the 8th. Chris Lowe, formerly of ESPN, now on 3 Sports, is joining us. So we have a lot of amazing things to come. Shane is working diligently to try and get somebody from NASCAR. And when he does, you best believe we're going to let you all will be the first to know. We're really excited with what is going on with that. And Matt is working diligently to try and find a lot of great former athletes. We have to be very careful with current because of NIL and that kind of stuff. But we have a lot of big things coming. I also want to give a special shout out to our newest member of the network. It is Brian Snow. Snowman is officially a part of the network. We're really excited. His shows air in the morning, so it will air in the morning. They will not cross over with Mark's interviews as well as our show. So, and also with Tony and his team on there, it's going to all balance out just perfectly. So you'll get a full week every week of everything we have to offer for you for the Sportz Nutz Network. All right, guys. With that being said, for everybody who tuned in tonight, watched this amazing show and listened to us on all the great radio stations and our international audience, thank you. Now, Matt, it is time. It's time to say goodbye. And also, can you let everybody know what the updates are with the SNU Proud Fantasy Football League that we're creating?
Absolutely, guys. Like I said, I'll have all that information out on X tonight. It's 12 teams, $20 buy-in. That's kind of what we're gonna do. Gotta pay upon joining. But it's gonna be competitive. We're gonna keep it competitive, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of smack talk, a lot of trash talk. But
make sure you get ahead, Matt, on the waiver wires too, folks, as he hits it faster than you snap your fingers.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. But that's kind of just it. Believe it or not, I'm not on social media too much, but I do get hits for when is the fantasy league starting? Or you have any fantasy league starting up? So, we're gonna get that. Hope it'll be up tonight. Tonight I'll have the all the information on my Twitter page, which is at Maddie Thomas.
No, Maddie D. Thomas.
No, Maddie D. Thomas, of course. Look at that. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that.
Because I follow all the social media. And I'm going to quote Matt from last season. New year, new me. I'm going to be participating on all the social medias, and that's about less than 1%.
Things happen, like baby coming along. So
I have 4 kids.
I
got 4 kids.
That's perfectly fine. That's great for you that you have 4 kids. But for me, I have my first son on the way. See, you're a girl dad, right? You wouldn't understand.
Whatever. My nephew is actually kind of my son. I love him. He's my boy. He's my buddy.
We got to make sure that the vessel, that the mom is 100% good. Plenty of proteins, plenty of strict regimen, strict diet. I gotta talk to my son in the belly and stuff like that, man. So
up to 23 weeks in the show, then he'll start hearing you.
I know. Yeah, we're at week 34, I think, right now.
So he can hear you then.
Yeah, man. So I hope by this time next month, man, it'll be do or die time. So we'll see.
Oh boy, Shane, it's that time. Hey, we have a special request about everybody with viewing and sharing our show, right? Shane, would you let everybody know that, please, sir?
Oh yeah, well, I believe there's some new guidelines coming up and stuff like that. But we always appreciate everybody for watching on all the socials, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. I don't know, TikTok, all the stuff that where you can find us, man. We appreciate all the views and the likes and the subscribes, everything. We couldn't do it without y'all actually be willing to listening to us. So we definitely appreciate that. But I don't get on it just like Matt. I'm not big on the social media other than for a little bit of entertainment here and there, and some good sports news. So definitely, that's where you find us all at, and it's a great time just to be able to sit and talk sports and for people to enjoy watching. So as long as y'all like it, we definitely appreciate it.
Yep, and if you guys want to continue us, helping us grow, do it. All you got to do is just share it. Share with everybody. Hey, check them out. Watch them for a good 5-10 minutes. If you don't like it, but we know you will, then you're good to go. We know. And also just click subscribe, click follow, everything, and the good times will roll. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's been an absolute amazing run so far. As I always tell you guys, peace up, A-Town down Y. It's the greatest sports city there ever was. Hey, you guys have a fantastic weekend. And I can promise you folks in the Southeast, you're going to be a little happy when you say warm temperature. So, and of course, Shane's going to get them rubbing in and get the 50-degree lows and the 70 degrees highs. So absolutely. So you guys have a good weekend. Please consider possibly being a sponsor for 95.5 KFC as well. We have posted their requests. Greatly appreciate that one. You guys have a great evening. We'll talk with you on Tuesday. Until then, make sure you guys enjoy this amazing outro that Matt has done. As we always tell you, goodbye.
Welcome to Sportz Nutz University. Another show is in the books tonight. We talked the games, we gave you everything. Now let the campus fade into the light. Sportz Nutz University, where the nuts always come to play. Sportz Nutz University.